Welcome back to Champion Football. We're back for another episode. We've got another lad today joining us from NPL, this time following the footsteps of Matthew West, who's went down from NPL 2 to NPL 3 just to help the Mounties community. Ali McKie, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Good, thanks for having me on.
Alright,
Thanks for coming, my man.
No, good.
We've got less games than last week to talk about, thankfully, because last week we had midweek games.
Aye, far too
a
many.
nightmare. What's been happening, mate?
No, same old. Just getting used to the new club and obviously the new league and all that. New lads. There's only a few boys that I know that went to Mounties, so otherwise, just looking after my little one and playing
New baby.
bit of golf on the side. That's about it.
1 year old in a golf
Yeah,
round?
1 year. Yeah, that's it.
That's fun, man. How's it going at Mounties?
Yeah, good. Obviously, pre-seasons mean nothing, but we kind of had a bit of a weird pre-season, obviously playing teams that were in different leagues and stuff like that. But since we've started, the goals have been flowing. We scored 22 in 5 games, I think, and three clean sheets.
21 against Granville?
They scored 2, but
They scored 2 against the weekend.
I was told that Oscar and Tomic scored.
Phenomenal, that. There's some bet that.
Actually, do you know what? I actually laughed because I check the scores every week and I just wait and see if they've scored. I just laugh.
I burst out laughing. I seen 2-1, wasn't it?
2-1.
Aye, brilliant. How was that game? 8-2 game?
So believe it or not, we versed them in a friendly. Can't blame the pitch, can't blame anything, but we didn't have any of our players either. I was playing centre back, and we got done 3-0. And I think Granville actually went well in pre-season, even against teams in other leagues. Like they drew with Rydalmere, and I think they got another result in NPL 2. So I think they probably thought, well, we beat them 3-0, whether or not that was our team or not. But I think they would have came and thought, they won't be that. But yeah, we scored early, and then maybe I suppose once you get a couple early goals in our league, it's pretty hard to fight back. It's not really, Whereas I think the more you go up, the better. If you go behind, you can crunch. But yeah, if you go behind in the league we're in, it's pretty hard to get back on top.
Yeah. Was it 8 got on 15, or was it just?
I think it was 4-0 first half.
Were you battered them though?
Yeah, it was pretty. They hit the post, I think, twice in the first 5, maybe 10 minutes, and then that was it. So then we scored 4, and then it got back to 4-2. Torowski scored a penalty, and then I kind of threw ball on a deflection that went over, but it was still his goal. And then it was a bit like 4-0 back to 4-2. To be honest, 100%. Like, and I was having a bit of a run in with someone on their pitch, and I was thinking, I was like, please don't. So, and then we just went bang, bang, bang. So it's been good. We needed to obviously stop the goals coming in, which we copped 3 the next game, but drew 3-3 and then gone 3 clean sheets. So.
Oh, brilliant.
So who went from Rydalmere? Yuki went?
Yes, Yuki. Yeah. So we kind of they've obviously got the big boy Vastag up top, who was at MacArthur, who went there in the middle of last year with the likes of Ray Coletta, and a few other boys went across mid-season to keep them from getting relegated. So like we had a striker, but probably needed someone on the wing /9. And I just threw. I knew he was trialling at Manly, and I think it was Manly, and didn't get by. And then so I just sent him a text message and said, mate, did you want to come, Bala? Because I knew he would. Yeah. He didn't really get given a go at Rydalmere, and he's class. All Japanese players usually are pretty technically good, and we needed just that energy. And whether you know what he's talking about, he yells when he's up the top of the pitch and just like barracks orders and just runs like a headless chook. So I feel like we kind of needed that. And he came, trialled a couple of the boys from Mounties, including the S&C. They knew who he was, so it was kind of, he turned up. And
is he the top goal scorer in NPL?
I must be.
I would say so. So I think...
I think he's 8 goals in 5 games.
I think there's 3 boys in our team that are on 3 or 4, and he's on 8. So I don't think, unless Todorowski's been scoring the double every week. But I know he would have scored because he scored 2 against us, and I'm definitely his name. So, but I think Yuki would be. Yeah.
I don't think NPL 1 game's been scoring high enough to be. Oh, Jack O'Brien might be on a few. He scored a hat trick, didn't he? I scored 4.
Oh, wow.
Against somebody 2 weeks ago. Can't remember who it was. So, Jackie boy. Did you hear that? No, commentating?
No. The goal, yeah.
Commenters like, Jackie boy! Classy! Absolute besties.
Funny, man.
Brilliant commentary, man.
Yeah. I think he would be top goal scorer. I'm not 100%.
I can't imagine him scored more than 8 goals.
Nah, I wouldn't say so.
And I don't think anyone scored. I think we're on plus 17 or something, and I think the closest to that, South Coast Flame might be plus 10 or something like that.
You've got to be favourites to go up, eh?
Well, at the start of the year, I think they thought they didn't change too much of their team. They obviously brought in a couple of us, but I don't know how. Like, we played them first round last year. They were average, and then they beat us second round. That was their first game with all their players, and just played us off the pitch. And then I think they obviously that's their goal. Doesn't matter who's there or what. They want to go straight back up. But I didn't know anything about South Coast Flames signing all those boys and stuff like that. So I thought that it would be Mounties that would be up there. But yeah, I suppose Jets are always going to be there. They're always going to be good. They're just young boys.
So that's probably the three biggest is Mounties, South Coast.
Do you think that is the three most likely to go up?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, obviously Louis went to Para. I know that they have a decent team, but I just don't know. I haven't seen enough. The results haven't been going.
Still early, isn't it?
Oh, very exactly right. 5 games and then. So you chuck in a midweek one.
Granville still got a chance, boys.
There you go, mate. Toddler just keeps scoring.
How was Todorovsky and Tomic against you boys?
Yeah, decent. So I thought obviously them coming down, like I've played against them. Like Rydomir played against Bankstown. It was neck and neck for probably 3 out of the 7 years that I was there. And I thought, to be honest, that, I don't know, maybe they thought, just a lower league, I might take it a bit easy. But I saw them pre-season, like Todorovsky and Tomic both looked fit and then obviously when we saw them first game, they're both same thing. So I was a bit surprised, I thought, but I think they're close with someone from Granville, so I don't think they'd go there and take the piss or anything like that.
No, they're good players.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, 100%. So, but yeah, like obviously Todorovsky just throws his body around, and I think the last 2 years we played him, he might have started playing wing at Bankstown, but he played 9 against us, and it's much better.
Well, he's a left winger, but you always knew that if he'd go forward once, and then he'd have like a 3 or 4 minute rest recovery, literally, and then go
just
again.
Pop up somewhere else.
Yeah.
So.
But he always scored goal, man.
Yeah.
Always.
So I think him playing up 9 is definitely better for them.
No, yeah, 100%.
But yeah, no, they both looked both looked fit, both looked good.
Class, mate. Well, let's get right into the weekend's football. Last weekend.
Oh, the only question I want to ask actually is, you were at Reading for a long time. Where did you leave for?
Was
it your choice to leave?
I don't know. At the start, I suppose, like I was obviously there for 7 years. After Rick left, that was our 3rd year, I think. So I was captain for 4, and like I said, I really didn't ever think I was going to leave. I know I'm 33 now, but like fitness-wise, I didn't think I was anywhere close to finishing. But just a few things happened, and I don't know. They obviously during, I suppose last year, a lot of people would have had a mindset of wanting to leave, but then when it came to it, it was kind of like, and like a lot of boys I still speak to, majority of the team, and the ones that have left, I obviously still mates with the ones that are there, but I think as if you could roll back time, that a few people would have made a different decision to stay or go. But yeah, it was a bit of a not sure what I wanted to do, but if push came to shove and it was my decision back then I probably wouldn't have left. But yeah, just the door was kind of opened for me, I guess.
So would you say you've left with a wee bit of disappointment?
Of course, yeah, and that's like like I said, I wouldn't have ever left there. Like, and that's the same thing. Like when I first started playing first grade, it was for Gladesville Ride Magic, who used to be called Ride City. I started playing for them. Yeah, I used to be playing for them. I started playing first grade for them when I was 17 and left when I was 25, and then obviously had another 7 year stint at Rydomir. So like leaving, I don't like jumping around. So being loyal is quite a big thing for me, especially like in regards to all that stuff. But it was more so much pushed out. But they did a whole restructure. So like fair play, we obviously had a pretty stacked team for the last couple of years. We didn't get anywhere close to what we wanted to last year, and the club's made a decision to start fresh, and they have. Like we played in pre-season, they got just a bunch of young boys that technically are good, and they all work for each other, and they're doing all right this year. But if they keep that team and that structure for 2-3 years, they'll probably be one of the clubs you want to talk about. So
good to know. Let's look at the last weekend's games, mate. One thing we always talk about is NPL 1 snobbery. Richie, Darko, Bay, Harry, all giving the boys a hard time. The NPL 2, NPL 3, lack of knowledge. Well, Harry's was no bad because he was earlier before.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Richie's was probably the worst so far,
Aye, but Bays was pretty poor as well.
Bays was poor, but I think Richie was still a wee bit worse.
Oh, Richie didn't even know NPL 2. Richie didn't know who got relegated to NPL 1. That was shocking, man. But do you watch NPL 1?
I follow everything on Facebook. Not with like a magnifying glass or anything, but if there's something on, I'll watch it, yeah.
Do you pay attention to the results, at least?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Do you know all the teams?
Yes, I definitely know all the teams. Should I say that? Line someone up?
Okay, well, we'll look at the NPL 1 main points, probably the best place to start. There's a few big games, but I think Marconi versus Appy was the biggest game, obviously. You'd expect both those two to be up fighting for the title. Did you catch that game? Did you catch the game, Chaz?
Yeah, I saw the highlights of it.
That's what I seen as well. Yeah.
Just goals, that's it.
Yeah.
But for my side anyway, I think watching it, Marconi actually looked like a better side for most of the game. For chance-wise, put it on chance. Again, highlights, you only seen the chances. And then, as soon as Appy equalised, it looked like there was only one winner. I don't think Marconi, it showed you one chance. I think there was 4 chances on the bounce where Appy looked, they could have scored.
100%.
But prior to that, Marconi looked fairly comfortable.
Yeah, I know. I say fairly comfortable without the Appy keeper having a huge amount of work.
Aye, well, I know, but just in terms of territory, possession, and not possession, sorry, pressure, building pressure in their half. Looked like possession mostly in the Appy half. Chances of building that pressure, so you start to think that goal's coming. But it took to the 70th minute or something for that set piece.
The last few highlights were just Appy, yeah.
Oh yeah, the last few, after Appy scored,
yeah.
It looked like Marconi's arse collapsed. It was just. But as you can imagine, because Appy obviously think we can nick this here.
It's a good finish, by the way, the second goal.
Oh, great, because she scored the first one.
Great finish.
There was a lot of moments in the game. I think Marconi in the first half, I don't know who it was going through, but I think could have been set in for a one-on-one, and they went to shoot and it went wide. And in the second half, it was, I think Jack Stewart was going through, and he could have just set it through to the midfielder coming through, and he's tried to shoot and it went wide, 2 big chances. But yeah, I mean, big game, big result to be fair for Appy, because I think away from home, I think getting into the game, I thought Appy, I suggested Appy, I went from my side. Not that I'm anyone to go by, but I thought Appy would win. Yeah. Because Marconi had been sort of just nicking results. So it's a big points, I think. Marconi.
But there's been no real consistency with
anybody. Rockdale looked fairly consistent so far.
Wolves have been fairly consistent.
I was just going to get on to them. My Wolves look really good. But again, it's hard. You probably need to look at the fixtures, who they've played, and all the rest of it. Because St George City still look decent, but they've had a funny start. They've had quite a difficult start, St George.
I actually spoke to Connor, obviously, about the St George derby.
It looked terrible to watch, that.
Connor said that they hardly touched the ball for the first 60 minutes.
St George, as in the
one that got promoted.
I can always get confused.
I'm the exact same.
FCFA. I know, man. Brutal. Did you see highlights of that?
No.
There was, lucky if there was a shot on target.
There was nothing much.
So just possession. But then we played
they had chances in
the NPL 1, the original NPL 1 St George 2 years ago in a trial. And we didn't touch the ball for how long, and then one bloke made a mistake in a trial game and he got hooked after like 25 minutes. Yeah, they were really, really strong possession-wise.
The coach was an absolute lunatic, man.
Is
it still the same guy?
He was honestly mental.
I don't know if the keeper got hooked for something as well, but I remember, they possession-wise, I don't think we touched the ball for half an hour, but then some bloke legit made one little error and they got. So I can only imagine what their possession would be like now.
They're a good side. They've got a good squad. They've got good players. Full of energy, pretty fit. But they've got a lot of, especially going forward. Going forward, they've got good players. Yeah. So I think we spoke about them last week.
Aye.
We're talking about them being top 6 potentially. They had they just been promoted last year and they finished 5th, I think.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Decent, yeah.
Aye, very good. But they've got a wee bit of cash. They've got
a wee bit.
They've got Romero. Has Romero scored yet?
He scored a penalty, didn't he?
He hit the post twice on that game.
Aye.
That game, St George City, that's the one that's the NPL 1, the original NPL 1, let's just call them that.
Yeah.
They looked very comfortable for the first, again, minutes-wise, 60, 70 minutes. But again, the keeper didn't do a ton.
Yeah,
but they had chances to make the keeper work, and it was just off target, or they sliced a shot. And then, obviously, it was a snatch and grab. Great point for St George.
100%.
Yeah.
But,
so we played them pre-season.
St George City, St George Saints.
Yeah, we played Saints pre-season. Yeah, but that's the ones who got promoted.
Yeah. Saints.
But that's what half those. Well, they versed Mounties late last year. I think that's when they beat Mounties second last game or something like that, or the last game to finish different. But because Mounties went on a little bit of a run in the last 3 or 4 games, I think they beat Bonnyrigg I think they were up 2-0 or something against St George, and then St George beat 3-2 or something like that. There was so half of them should know at least the team
NPL
name.
Well, NPL 3 seems to be the one that it's like, yeah, I know about NPL 2, NPL 3.
Yeah.
Oh, have they still got that?
Yeah, 100%, man.
It's bizarre. I'm looking at all games. This Olympic, Sydney Olympic, man.
Yeah, what's fun?
I don't know, man.
What, do you know that Olympic?
We played them pre-season. Mounties played them pre-season.
How was that?
Pumped. Got
Did
battered 5-0 or something like that. But
You
we
played
didn't.
South
I don't think we won. I don't think we won it. I don't even know if we won a trial game.
Mate, pre-season's a lot.
We didn't. It wasn't that, like it was that bad, but yeah, we played Dully pre-season first game, lost 2-1, and actually played decent. I thought here we go, like we were actually, but the next few games, yeah. And the thing is, like we played good footy. Obviously trials mean nothing.
Yeah, it's very true, man.
How many trial games did we win?
What about the Olympic?
Right on me ever.
The Olympic gaffer must be under pressure.
I
don't like
so.
talking about guy loses his
I
job,
don't know that many like names, but like there was definitely some big players in that Sydney Olympic team that we played in the trial.
Yeah,
They've got a very, very on paper. Very good squad. Very good squad. So there should be expectations, and the club will be. We should be one of the top 4 clubs.
I think the thing is you go and beat City United 6-0.
Aye, here we go. Turn around.
Aye, like that needs to be a kick-on moment. But then to come back out and lose 1-0 to Sutherland, like who have been struggling. They lost in between as well, didn't they?
I lost in between.
2-1 Marconi.
Aye, and that was a free kick. They looked okay that game.
But
Sutherland
have been poor.
Did you see the chances of Sutherland as well?
No, I didn't.
Wasn't exactly like it wasn't like again highlights.
Yeah.
But you think that's the main chances? It wasn't like Olympic battered them and Sutherland just snatched one.
Yeah.
It looked a wee bit itchy peachy. Sutherland have scored and they've missed a sitter of a header. I can't remember who it was. Like 6 yards out, point blank header. They go 2-0 up.
Right.
But then right at the very last minute, they missed a chance. Can't remember the boy's name. But they skied over the bar. But apart from that. Not a ton of chances, man, but it's got to be concerning for Olympic. Because it's one of those ones. Okay, we'll win the next game.
Yeah.
Now, the next game, you're like, okay, it's now 8-9 games into the season.
And you fucked it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Olympic, that's definitely something to see how that goes. I think there's going to have to be. I heard through the grapevine that Olympic had a bit of a indifferent starting lineup against Sutherland. Maybe try to change things or try to shake things around a little bit, but I don't know. So a funny one. And Rockdale dropping points obviously helps it because Appy have clawed back a few points there.
Because then we were saying that they
kind of beat Manly.
Everyone said that they struggle to win away at Manly.
Who else said that again?
I was listening to that thing and said that.
Bay said it and somebody else said it.
Adrian.
Last week I said that.
But it's not as though like it's not like a bad pitch. It's like normal. Like
No, but I just don't know. I think sometimes just driving up to Manly, sometimes people just think it's like one of those ones. It's like going to Central Coast away at Plume Park.
Yeah.
Who'd you use Central Coast
Yeah,
United?
we played Plume Park.
Sometimes it's just Sunday afternoon. Central Coast,
Plume Park, and
Newcastle Jets
South
as well.
Coast this year. Camden.
Oh, your face. I mean,
man.
You played it.
The thoughts of playing them, you're just like, it's stinking. Stinking.
We've got St Nepean next Tuesday night. 8 o'clock kickoff.
That's from the first game.
Yeah, first game. But it's meant to rain fucking
you
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, might be playing them.
Oh, mate, we'll have to be on. You can't cancel it again. They'll have a full squad. We call it Sydney FC. I watched the Sydney FC marathon. In fact, you know what? On the Manly Rockdale game, did you see the highlights of that?
The who?
It's a Manly Rockdale.
No.
It's a penalty claim. And I wish you had seen it because there was a handball claim in the last minute for Manly to get a pen against Rockdale.
Right.
Did you see it? I just want. There's no point in talking about it.
Was it a penalty? But in your opinion?
Nah, I think it'd been harsh. But I mean, you probably have seen them given.
Right. Okay.
I mean, handballs literally. It's a toss of the coin what you get. Yeah. But I don't think it was a hand. Like, I mean, very harsh.
Yeah.
The boys, like, he's took a stride, so obviously his left leg's forward and his right arm's forward, and the guys tried to whip a ball in from 2 yards away, and it's hit his right arm.
Yeah, so I think
it's away from his body, but it's just the action of him moving forward.
Yeah.
And they've obviously Manly boys have claimed for it, as you would. But I didn't get it naturally. But the Sydney FC Central Coast game, did you see the highlights of that?
Yeah,
yes, I did see the highlights.
What about the pen? The Central Coast, the Sydney FC pen, the first one. That was a 3-1, was it? It was no 4-2 or something? Or was it 3-1?
I thought it was 3-1.
I don't know what.
My stats for last week.
No, I mean, you might be right. But it was a penalty in the first half. Boy goes down the line, number 11, cuts inside, and the defender's cuts it coming behind him. He just literally throws him.
Into it. I seen it.
You see it?
I did see it.
I mean, when you on real time, it looks like he's clobbered him there.
Aye,
Yeah.
but
The defender doesn't do anything.
No, it's very smart.
I don't know, man.
that was it. Was it Ellington, wasn't it? Am I making that up?
No, I don't think so. No, was it London? Don't think so. No, I mean, you might be right. Who knows, mate?
Fuck knows.
But anyway, it was on. The game played,
then-
not played.
Going to you, mate. Spirit.
Western
FC.
Sydney won. Aye, they were good. They were good.
I've seen that. Yeah.
They were good. To be fair, it was 1-1 with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah.
They scored, and then Big Ante backman got sent off, second yellow, and the last 2 goals are just.
You're
Yeah,
sort
well,
of going.
Well, not necessarily. Just
the striker for them was decent.
I believe he's got a hat trick. I think he's done a bit early. They had a few. They had that boy Satsford. I think he's done a bit early. They had 2 boys. I think first half, 3 if you include Blair. But they were good, mate. They were.
Yeah.
They've had a decent start to the season. And Bay mentioned that last week. He's like, I think out of all the A-League clubs, Wanderers look the best. But they're just. It's on transition, mate.
Yeah, big time.
Real quick.
Man, it's just so you can like if you get a corner, you have to end the moment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you give it away, it's just
they're gone.
fuck it, rock up their arse. 7 of them just fly up the pitch, and they're all quick. They're all obviously good at football, and they're on this occasion, every through ball they had was like pinpoint.
Yeah.
So it was almost every time they transitioned, they had a chance. And I'd say there was a period for about half an hour first half where they literally, it was an onslaught. We done very well. Keeper done really well. Big centre half Subby done really well. But then we hit the post or the bar, and then Luis Lobo scores, decent goal.
I've seen that.
Aye, and then second half to be fair, the first 25 minutes second half was fairly even. We had a few chances, they had a few chances. It looked like it was going to be a draw. 8 minutes to go, it looked like it's going to be 1-1, and then they scored, and then, as I said, as soon as Ante gets sent off, it was curtains. It was that. But I think overall, they probably deserved to win overall, I think. But we weren't bad by any means. But they're good. I was impressed by how they looked.
Class.
And Sydney United back to winning ways. They now look very comfortable, and then that is pretty much... Oh, Blacktown and Wolves. Wolves have started really well, eh?
Well, that's I haven't really heard much. I've been listening to
Wolves. I actually picked them to beat Blacktown. One of the very few I got right. But for that, they've looked good. I think. I don't really think you've watched highlights of them and they've get battered in any game. Like
They've got Lockie Scott. I honestly think Lockie Scott's their main man. I've mentioned him 100 times, but he scored again.
Yeah.
Missed a big chance, missed a one-on-one, but he's brilliant, man.
Yeah, fair.
It was the one that was at A-League, wasn't it?
He's brilliant, mate. He just, as I said, he pulls so many other players out the game, and then he also can bring other game players in. I think his hold-up play is so good, and he's dynamic as well. He's not just a big target man.
Yeah, okay.
But I think started well, but it's a long. Blacktown had chances as well.
Yeah, they did.
But they got the point, good one. And then we move on to NPL 2. Chaz, you want to run us through it?
We'll start with Rydomere. Bit of a statement win for them, 5-0 against Dunbar.
But Dunbar's no great.
So I watched them versus. I watched the 5-4 that they beat into the week before. They just don't stop, and obviously we played them. So that's 3 games that I've played them. I watched them that they've scored 5 goals. So, but it's just energetic. It just goes through the team, and they're all on the same. They're all on the same cylinder.
You'd expect Dunbar, Rydomere to beat Dunbar.
But haven't Dunbar been going alright?
Dunbar have been doing alright.
I heard that, which I was
lost a game by a goal, drawn a couple of games, then lost by a goal again. Like it's never been a 5-0.
Right, okay, fair play.
So
was that at Rydomere?
It was at Rydomere.
Why was it? You wrote Rydomere beat Dunbar 5-0, 10 goals in 2 games for the Lions. Oh, Rydomere Lions. I meant into Lions.
They scored 10 goals.
Too many Lions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what,
10 goals.
And
Lions are playing St George in the cup.
Are they?
That's but one of them just take the piss. 2 Lions, 2 St George's. Just threw that in there.
Good tune.
Tigers, Lions and Tigers.
Lions and
Who's
Tigers.
the Bears playing? What's Tigers 1-0.
Northern Tigers 1-1-0. Who do they play? Berries? I've wrote it here somewhere. They beat the Berries 1-0. They're just going about their business quietly, man.
Big time.
Like,
obviously, Zach and Alex
Westy fancied him, didn't he? Tigers.
Aye.
But he was there, so he knows what they're all about. But
always
obviously, they signed Zach real late. That was with us.
Who's Zach?
He started.
He was at the 20s at Spirit.
Spirit, is that
I don't know how you say his last
or
name.
something?
He was a young boy at Spirit 20s in
Can he
Cape
play at winger?
centre back.
That's what I said, centre half.
Yeah, so he was at Sydney Uni, and I kind of feel I got shafted because obviously he came to Rydomere.
Oh, has he got a wee bit?
He came to Rydomere mid-year, obviously
boy.
being, I suppose he was probably on the fringe at Spirit, like he was decent, and then so I think he was a bit, but then went to Sydney Uni, and then I think the day of or the week of the transfer window went to Tigers. He's been playing every game.
Yeah, he started every game.
Good enough.
They're just going about 1-0s, 2-1s, but just quietly getting 3 points every week.
But they went through, didn't they win Was it last year that they went to a stage where they won? They didn't drop points for 10 games or something.
And then they chucked it the year before.
We were on. They were on. I think they won the first 10 games, or they won the first 9 out of 10.
Well, that's another place you don't want to go.
Yeah, again,
it's horrible.
That's what I mean. It's just that sometimes there's just some pitches you go to and you think, nightmare.
Aye.
It's a bit soulless up there.
Yeah.
It's just so big and open.
I think Hensley's a bit like that as well. Hensley is when it's like you've got, it's so far away, the wee stadium, the track around the pitch. So windy, it's always windy as.
That's always fucking windy.
That's Heffron. Lucky that
Heffron's a worst. Heffron's a worst.
Do you know what? See, Fraser Park, the pitch is so bad that I would prefer to play Dunbar at Heffron.
Well, we've got Fraser Park Friday, but at home. It's tomorrow.
Is it Fraser Park, yeah?
No, it's here. It's at ours.
Right,
so we got 2 home games in a row, and then I believe they're doing something to the pitch because
Fraser Park, man. Remember that they had all that money to put.
Well, the year that they were neck and neck with us, and we went up on goal difference or whatever it was. That was their year. They had a few boys from the A League and stuff like that. I don't remember that guy's name.
Was coaching, wasn't he?
I don't know what the guy's name was. The guy that played up top. But yeah, anyway, they had. Yeah, I think they kind of went to a bit of a schmozzle after that, but they started well this year, but I don't think they won.
Because I think they got a grant to obviously get their pitch done,
and they got a little gym and everything in there. It's
it's definitely not mint, mate. They've got it's definitely not mint. Concrete steps in the stadium.
The grant they got, there's obviously we don't know, nobody knows what's happened, but supposedly they got X amount of money, and a fraction of it was used on the pitch.
Yeah, wow.
So the pitches are fucking.
But that was one of the.
They're just laying all the money out and playing the tapping
been better, man. But they that was one of the first pitches that was done when this.
And
it just hasn't been changed. That's why. Yeah, so eventually every pitch is going to it's Seymour Shaw apparently is not
shocking.
So that was pretty much the first one that was done out of anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need to start.
Obviously, they've literally got big square patches, right, in random bits, so the ball's bouncing there, and then it doesn't bounce, and then it bounces a yard away, and it bounces somewhere. It's mad. It's a state. Sorry.
What's the big games in NPL 2? What's the big
from last weekend?
Did the Lions not score the last minute or something?
I think he scored the penalty. 97th.
Yeah,
did he?
97th minute against.
Speaking of Ahmed, he said
posted it on Instagram.
He said. You missed an open goal via setback or something like that.
He wasn't even passing the ball. How's he to talk?
He said he passed you the ball?
No, it was Isaac. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was against Bankstown.
He said he set.
But we're already winning, so just...
Said a yard, there's no counting.
It was bad. I thought we were all over it.
That end of the pitch, you were on this side.
So we had a corner. I was on the front post. Somehow we got it anyway, from neck to neck all the way down. I sprinted, because the camera's on that side as well, you can see me go from one end. And Isaac plays this ball around their defence, keeper's long gone. And I could have fallen onto it or something, and it's just gone straight over the bar. So the same thing happened this year, and I tried to not hit it over the bar against Granville and hit it along the ground, and the keeper saved it. And everyone's like, why don't you just welly it? I'm like, well, the last time I tried to hit it, went over the bar. So it's always the opposite of what you do. But yeah, no, that was definitely...
Is it Isaac still at Rhythm?
Yeah, he's quality.
He's a good player. He's a good player. Nice guy as well.
Yeah, I think he'll do well this year. If he's get a run the team, he's a very good player.
No, I like him as well.
But he's shite at shooting though. Shite at
shooting. Ali McKie, he can't score for
Usually it's all the way around anyway. Usually I'm crossing and someone's finishing. But
big results. Nepean and Bulls. I think obviously the Bulls have started well. No one really expected them to drop points against Nepean, but Ollie Jones got sent off 15 minutes in. Bulls went down to 10 men, and I think Nepean went 2-0 up.
Yeah, wow.
And then Bulls have scored 2 in the last 20 minutes to get a point from the game. It's probably a good result.
Georgievski in a Lions game gets sent off after 10 minutes.
Well, he came on and then got sent off.
Straight red?
I think so,
It's not like him.
See how the NPL...
You know he comes on and controls.
Yeah, he controls cam.
He gets involved a bit.
Yeah,
Who was he? He was ripping into someone.
Tommy, probably.
He nutmegged someone in our game, and he was absolutely giving it. That was at their field last year, but I don't think he was. Well, it depends. I don't know what the red card was for.
But I read it on the
But
review.
with NPL 2 and NPL 3, genuinely right, apart from the banter of NPL and Snobbery, I find it quite difficult to find. Dribble is quite late in things.
Yeah.
Where else do you find the information?
Well, so only NPL, as low as NPL 2 is on that Football 24 or football. Our results you can't get on anyway.
But you can't get the results. You don't get the goal scorers.
But you can still. But it'll still, like, if you're even watching it on anything, it'll still come up with a notification. Whereas our games aren't until someone puts them in.
So what I do every week is there's on the NPL leagues page. There's like a review section. So there's a written report on every game.
I haven't seen that.
When does that come on?
So if the games are all on Saturday, it'll come on by Tuesday every week. It's always
By the way, see if you're at NPL New South Wales, they do the highlights, the live games, write reviews, write previews.
Yeah.
For the level it is, it's fairly comprehensive. I can't imagine.
Yeah, and every review and preview says what the score was of each game last year, whether they met, blah blah.
So you basically need to wait till the Tuesday to get a decent idea of what's happening.
What did I say? Maybe Monday.
Depending what I think it must for our league, it must go who sends the results in, because ours are always done after 5 minutes of the game. But then some games,
this is just written in crayon in it.
Some games you've got to. Some games I have. You just look at their Instagram page and usually
that's what I do.
On the stories sometimes I do that with some people.
Don't look at Mounties' Instagram page. I don't think it's been touched since 2020.
Since Westy left.
No photos of Westy.
So it's the reviews are decent. Like it's as you say, they do a preview of
sometimes
all the
interviews and everything.
Yeah, it's good, man.
I think that's I do think that's part of the obstacle, because like that Football 24 is brilliant for. I get to see the scores obviously, but even for these podcasts, I'm like, I'll double check NPL 3 or even the report NPL 2. I'm like, dribble is all over the shop.
I don't use dribble at all.
That's the first time that they've done it, so I suppose this is their first year of doing whatever they're doing. I suppose it has to somewhat get a little bit better each bit, but like, because you can click on as a player available or not. Mm-hmm. It comes up with your photo and says, "Are you available for this match?" And I don't know what that does for them, but because obviously they put a team sheet in. As in, like, if I went on it right now for tomorrow's game, it has my photo and it says available or not, but it doesn't change anything in that.
Sounds like Tinder, doesn't it?
That's funny.
NPL 3, this is where you can step up, big man.
No.
This is my go.
First thing was obviously Mounties, strong start. UK 8 goals in 5 games. Did you just play well against South Coast?
Well, to be honest, I didn't think we were that bad. As in, like, the players, we didn't think we were that. But yeah, obviously, we had a little bit of a meeting just about being a bit lethargic and complacent, I suppose. Like, we've had each game we've played this year. Like, there's a difference between having 5 chances and having 15. And at the moment, we're like having 10, 12, 15 proper goal scoring opportunities. So we only scored 3 on Friday, which is not an issue, but there is a lot that, like, we should be putting some games to bed even earlier. Even if you just look at the results, I know it's been 3-0 and 4-0 and stuff like that, but they, like, not tooting Mounties' horn or anything like that, but yeah, it definitely could be more. But yeah, we're giving ourselves goal scoring.
Because you have scored at least 3 goals in every game.
Yeah, 8, 3, 4, 4, 3. Yeah.
Wow.
So
4, 4, 3.
Yeah, 4, 4, 3. So yeah, it's been good. They obviously. One of the African boys, Ibi, scored early. I think he scored 3 or something the first 2 games. And Vastag scored 4. And then, Yuki's just overtaken everyone. Yeah, he scored 7 or something, then scored 1 on the weekend. So
brilliant. South Coast Flames and Jets was 2-2. Obviously,
late goal.
Yeah. You've not played either of them yet?
No. So
who scored late?
So South Coast Flames were losing 2-1 and Jets were winning.
Jets were winning
2-1 and South Coast scored late. We play Jets next Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, away at 5
o'clock. Away. 5 o'clock on a Sunday? That's horrific.
I don't know how many teams will go there. I've obviously never played against them or whatever, but
that should be voluntary.
I'm sure the facilities in that are unbelievable. But yeah, but 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon is for a 2.5 hour drive. Nah. But like their drive to South Coast Flames would have been double, because they're north, South Coast Flames are south. It legit would have been probably 4 hours at least, 4.5.
It's not bad, but if you're Newcastle Jets and you're like, we're going to Sydney, we're playing against somebody from Sydney, we'll just stay for the night, we'll have a wee night out in Sydney, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, up to Newcastle Sunday at 5 o'clock,
well, if it was a Saturday, exactly right, you would go out.
Exactly, you're scunnered if you're on a Sunday.
And that's what I feel like wins, whatever you want to call it, championships or leagues, is that outside of soccer, staying over and and going for nights outs and stuff like that. But yeah, for them, I suppose it's strictly professional. They're all young. They wouldn't be bothered. They'd be.
You'd be a world champion, mate, if it was that's how you won points, mate.
I've been alright in organising a few nights out.
Yeah, fucking right, you have. Granville Rage 2-1 against Hurstville. Hurstville haven't started well, Connor's team.
I haven't heard much about them, but obviously no.
Again, flip from your semi-pre-season. I think they had a decent pre-season. Or looked decent in pre-season.
Yeah. What's the first 5?
Oh, first 5.
Is that, have they?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
They played Jets.
I don't think Connor started at the weekend either.
No, he had a bit of a niggle, I think. He was available to play and he said they want to risk him. But he'll be back in now because
we need to start getting points.
Well, I don't know any other players, but I'd imagine he's by far the best player.
That is a good player.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And your pal scored Granville Rage 2 goals again.
Mate,
I told you.
I told you don't bet on it because obviously you don't want to be in trouble off in New South Wales, but it's a guaranteed win every week.
That's funny, man.
I think apparently it was 1-0 at Hurstville with a minute to go and the keeper just left to go and says, boys, when you go.
Does he still on?
You're to win, boys.
That's funny, man. Big result, I thought, well, you know more than me. Prospect beat Camden 2-1 at Camden.
So we drew 3-3 with Prospect. So Chris Campbell, who used to coach me, I think it's his brother that coaches and Campbell's it. But they were just very well organised. There's obviously no like big players in any of our teams, but yeah, they were very well organised. So it's not surprising that they did. They've got a big boy up front who's quite good. But yeah, they're obviously scoring goals.
They're young as well, eh?
Yeah.
Because I am doing my homework, mate.
They're young as well, as if you've been for
my homework, man. So
They told you, didn't they?
They told me absolutely nothing,
man.
But
was it a Prospect?
No, it was at Camden.
Yeah, right. I haven't played at Camden since I was 12 or something, but Prospect's facilities, they're using the one across the road from Spartans. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
but Prospect?
Blacktown. Mate, I've done my homework here, right? Wait till you hear this, right?
Hold on, can I just say, this is a special part of the episode. After Prospect getting nothing but absolute shambolic reporting, unknown, missing on milk cartons. Nobody knows where it is, who they are, who plays there, what league they're in. Chaz has went and met.
I didn't meet Indy.
I thought you met him?
Nah,
Oh, you're a liar.
Sent me a message, mate.
Yeah.
I was having a wee conversation about what was happening.
So Chaz spoke to us.
Oh, mate, they're unbelievable. Honestly, the facility, obviously, I think it's, I don't know if it's a uni or.
It's still across the Spartans.
So actually the driveway directly across.
4 months ago,
literally across the road. It's magic.
I've never played I think it's
a big sports medicine clinic, not it?
Correct. Yeah, that's where the change rooms and stuff are.
So as I said, young team, know my stuff. They lost 5 senior players last year, and they.
Hold on, where is Prospect first, just for the listeners?
It's out west, mate. Near Blacktown.
Just out west.
That near Blacktown. It's actually got its own district.
Has it?
It does. There's
What's next to it? Who's the mayor of Prospect?
Chris Camilleri. But actually, they've obviously invested their money in using the facilities,
Mate,
as you
unbelievable.
said, and our coaches. So Chris is the TD. He's looking after the youth. They've got 19 of their first grade squad have played less than 10 first grade games going into this year.
Say that again?
So 19 of a 22-man squad have played less than 10 games in first grade. So they're all.
So that's very young.
So it's all coming through from what they're doing, in terms of trying to obviously build for the future, I suppose.
So do you reckon that's down? So just to clarify, you're saying, Chris told you that not a lot of funds to pay the senior players, but money they've invested into, 1, getting those facilities, and 2, youth coaches. Is that right?
Yeah.
No, fair play.
Which is obviously in terms of the future of the club.
Which is fair. A lot of people doing it, and that's what I said. If they're getting results,
you need to put a wee bit of marketing as well, just so the boys know who they are.
100%. Aye, then we'll do more marketing. Chris, we need some more money in marketing, please.
Shan Barang, 18.
Shan Barang is an 18-year-old that's come through the club. Past 2 years is playing first grade, and our captain Dimos Vlachos. How do you say that?
I don't know.
The captain's 22 years old. It's only his second year.
So the captain's 22?
Aye.
Decent, I suppose. Young squad, well, good luck to them. I've definitely, they're now my new second favourite.
Aye, we're keeping an eye on Prospect now, man.
Prospect Granville Rage.
So, that's a quick wrap up. Oh, do you know last thing, sorry? Inner West Hawks again, 3-3 at Parramatta.
So that's the second 3-3 that Parramatta.
I think Parramatta have a few goals in their games, eh?
Or I know that Marco Summers there, and played against him young, but apparently he's different class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was a striker?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
His we would have played his brother at Dully.
Joshua somewhere?
I think so. Yeah.
He was a Spirit, I think, five, 6 years ago.
Or something like that. But
he was on
you'd know his brother when you saw him. But
Joshua Sam was on, what was that TV reality show, the cooking one? He was on one of them. Joshua Sam.
The brothers. They were cooking. It was MasterChef.
Italian restaurant or something.
Both of them. Did they win it?
I don't think it was not. What's the one? It's not MasterChef. It was the other one. I don't know. Can't remember what it's called.
Yeah. Anyway, that's his brothers. But yeah, so the youngest one, I think he's around my age, but I think he was a bit injury prone of what I've heard. But if you speak to anyone who knows who he is, apparently he's
very good. Yeah. Is he young?
No, he's not. He's probably at my age.
So young, mate. I was actually more surprised at the Stanmore start to the season, man.
They're
sitting fifth.
I was going to say that decent start.
Aye, they're doing well. Good normally.
Which they usually,
they normally struggle.
It's because of his grandpa, innit?
I heard that.
Yeah, it was funny, man. But so that was a good result. Anyway, before we fall to the weekends, that's it, mate.
Goals galore in our league.
I know. I think NPL 3. I suppose it's the same all over, but I always think NPL 3 defences are always a bit sketch, and you always get like decent strikers who have maybe been down the leagues, and they punish them, like a Todorowski, for instance. And you're saying like UK who you said was a UK.
What Chaz was saying. I think he just didn't really get. I don't know, either one settled or kind of a go. Like you could tell from day one that he makes good runs, he's sharp, good technically.
We could be his agents, by the way. We're giving him some right up, man. Is that right? Windows come up.
Well, I got him to Mounties, so that's the start.
Get business going. Just before we go to the weekend's games, mate, we'll touch on your career so far, mate. Your career. Big man. Youth football, tell us about it.
So like we were talking about before, so Ryde City Gunners was the...
Just adding on names as a
to be fair though, they not obviously long time before, but they were what you'd call State League 1, which was the highest league that you used to be able to play in.
Below
NSL and all that stuff. But Ryde City, they used to play at TG Milner, which is the footy field at Eastwood, which nowhere near here Eastwood. But they were quite big, so that I feeded from North Ryde, which is just a local association, started playing what you want to call reps, whatever it is, from under 11s, and then at about under 16s, I think they changed and got taken over by the Greeks and got called Glades Ryde Magic, and that's the team that's now in NPL 3 in our league.
So Ryde City Gunners is now Ryde Magic.
Then I started playing first grade for them when I was about 17, and played till I was 25, and
a long time.
So I played for the same junior club my whole life. So North Ryde's rep version was Ryde City, and then I stayed there until...
So you're at Ryde Magic till 25?
Yeah.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
So did you play with the mad goalkeeper?
Yes. So he was... So Kiri was there...
Would have played against you with Dunbar then?
Yeah, probably.
Would have, fine.
Kiri was there for, I don't know, maybe at least 3 or 4 years that I was there, yeah. We're just a different class, so that was when I used to play 10.
What a guy he was.
Yeah. He was...
Smoked a snout before
man. Literally, everyone's in the changing room having a chat and he's just outside having a fag.
To be fair to him, but he used to always go in the away changing rooms, no matter the score,
100%.
say well done.
He was, like, his professionalism and stuff, like...
I think he's just trying to tap a fag right now. Yeah. Well done, lads, he's got a snout.
So he, when he first came, obviously it was a big thing for Gladesville. Like we had random people coming from everywhere. Like he was a Greek god to a lot of the locals here, or the Greeks that moved from over there to here. But yeah, he was a different class. When he first came in, even when I left, he was still doing the exact same thing. But some of the stuff he used to do was he used to throw the ball over halfway, like not even.
He saved a lot with his legs, didn't he?
Yeah,
always his legs.
He and that was the other thing. So I was obviously playing higher up the pitch then, and it didn't matter where you were. You just drop the ball, hit you on the chest, find your feet. Like he was. Yeah, it was.
Where did he play professionally?
Olympiacos.
And he played.
He played Champions League. He played Champions League. I'm pretty sure he played
a lot of games. So did he play for him?
Yeah, he played a fair few, but I think he did have an absolute blinder in a Champions League game against someone quite good. I don't know who it was. I don't want to say someone.
Just go for it. Just make it up.
It was someone quite
decent.
Yeah.
Oh, Champions League, it's going to be decent, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
No, he's a bit of a legend at NPL. Yeah. Everyone knows who he is, man.
I just loved it. So when I was growing up, goalies wore trackies. It wasn't like goalie trousers or anything. It was just trackies. And he just had these trackies on every time.
Honestly, I reckon I was there for at least 4 years, and I reckon I saw him wear shorts maybe twice.
Yeah.
Maybe. and that was on or off the pitch.
What was his full name?
Kyriakos. I don't know what his first name is. They've all got long names. I don't know what
They've all got long names.
But Kyriakos was his last name. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a few clips on him because that's how when we got told that he was coming, everyone was like, "Oh, who is he?" Because it was a big thing, and it was over in the newspaper and everything. And yeah, like the first time he turned up for training, like there was even people coming to watch and stuff.
Oh, wasn't it?
He was very, very big in the Greek community.
It's his legs, probably. Get the pants off!
That's funny. You moved to Rydalmere in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
What about the change, mate?
I went from Gladesville. I left there and went to Spirit for a year.
Who was the guy for the Spirit?
Rob DeSegli or something.
Oh, yep, okay.
I think. And Steve Appleby was assistant.
Yep.
So Grant and that was still there. There's a few boys, obviously trimmers, that play with us. There was my brother was there, Lockie. But yeah, so I went to Spirit for a year.
Who's your brother?
Andrew. So he was, he had the world at his feet and that when he was younger. Went to college in America and stuff and then came back and
Is he not playing anymore?
No, he's 35.
Good
but to be fair, good lad. But he's like if he kept going, he could have been decent. Mm-hmm. So then went to Spirit for a year, and then I feel like we had an alright year, blah blah. But there was a few issues, so he didn't want to keep me or my brother. So after that, went back to Ride for a year, but like 3 weeks before the season started, just wasn't playing on the trials, and I just went up and said like, "What's going on?" Like I didn't think blah blah blah, and pretty much just got said, "Look, we don't really see you as part of the squad." So I went to Granville Rage for a year, and
2 goals left.
So I went to Granville Rage for a year, and enjoyed my time there. I knew a few boys there. My dad knew the guy who ran the club, so that's why it was like a 2 week before the season started. Just go play is what it is.
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
And then, so for a couple of years, I'd been on and off speaking to Tony Basher and obviously Lloyd, but yeah, we got pumped 7-1 against Rydalmere at Garside one game that year, and Tony came up to me and said, "Mate, like just I'll see you next year, blah blah." And then Lloyd and Tony made it happen. So then I went to Rydalmere the following year, and then I was there for obviously 7 years. So.
Wow. We've obviously touched on this. So it was just the next question was: are you obviously sad that you're
for sure?
Done?
And as I said, like I don't think it's there's like obviously no bad blood. No person is bigger than any club, and kind of worked that out. But I just don't think that there's many people that like, not saying that I'm like the most passionate and love like blah blah, but like that club was always like I would have done anything for them at any time. I was always involved, blah blah. But like it is what it is, and they're only going to get bigger and better. And obviously, I am sad, but yeah, it's gone now. So
what happened at Rydalmere, do you reckon? Because obviously they have spiralled a little bit. From even in 2017-18, they were
so we had obviously the years that we were there when we had like they kind of I feel like they did whatever they did. They used to be the year that they went up from, because I think they went up 3 years in a row or 2 years in a row, whatever it was, to get to where they were, and then I went and joined them, and I like as far as I know, every time they were batting teams, they had a really good culture, all that stuff. And the year I went there, it was really, really good. And then for years it was, and then obviously like the likes of Ricky, Jonah and Jules and all that came in, and it kind of, I think because, I don't know, obviously Ricky and Jonah and that came from like a UK background, like it kind of changed things a little bit. Not in a bad way, because we were still doing well things, but it kind of went away from what Rydalmere was about, and we kind of changed it, like the song changed and everything like that, like the team song.
The Queen.
So I feel like there was nothing wrong with it, and the club was fine with it, but I feel like deep down it was kind of like, well, this is not us kind of thing.
Okay. Lost identity.
And then obviously the last couple of years, we had a good team. Like, I don't think we ever had a average team. Even the year that we got relegated, I think we had a good team. We just didn't, like, if you look at some of the players that we had that year, they're all playing a higher level or the same level now. But yeah, then the last 2 years, we just didn't get any results last year, and I don't know, just feel like, not everyone was on the same page, so it was not an issue, obviously, but now they've obviously just gone through their rebuild, and like good luck to them. As I said, like I went and watched them versus Inter, like I'll probably go watch them on Saturday, seeing as we don't have a game and it's near me. But yeah, there's no bad blood or anything there, but yeah, it's just it is sad to have left.
It's a long time, quite a long time at a club, to be fair, because a lot of NPL players tend to bounce about a wee bit.
Exactly.
It's not to be like Bay's been at Rockdale for a fair. How many appearances did you have?
Over 100. He was the first person that...
I had 100, and I think when I counted when I left, I think I had 142. So that was in my head. I was like, well, we're playing 30 games. Like, if I'm here for another 3 years, I'm getting my...
What was the record at Rowdale, do you know?
Well, as far as like...
No,
as far as it's gone, yeah, I was the first person to get 100.
But
as far as
player for Rowdale,
yeah. So which again, but if they've got this young team now, that'll get chewed up pretty quick if they keep the.
I wonder what the record is in NPL.
Oh, I've got no idea.
I wasn't expecting you to give me the answer. I was just curious. Somebody out there.
But yeah, there's a few boys like the young Peter from Stanmore. He did his 100. Steve Wright from Bankstown United. He did his 100. So there was a few boys, and I think it wasn't really a big thing, and then one person did it, and everyone's like, I've done that many games, like it was. So, but yeah, no, I was definitely the first person to. But yeah, I'd mate. If you asked me 12 months ago whether that was, I thought I would have. Yeah, well, I thought I would have stayed there for.
What do you need? So was it 7 years? So you've done 140. To say 137.
But think of the two of those years.
Yeah, one was 12 games, and then another one was
16.
Yeah.
Are you counting friendlies and all that as well?
The goals count.
but can I wonder if anyone's hit 200.
I'm sure someone would have.
Somebody at Spirit must have.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, he was there when I was there, and that was 9 years ago now.
Yeah. He's been there for a long time. I think
he's injured, yeah, but still, yeah, he was definitely.
He's only missed 1 year, I think, as in injury, but I think he can't be too far off it.
Yeah,
it'll happen faster now, obviously, because the leagues have been combined. There's more games.
100%. Well, you got to think.
It was 22 games before, so an extra 8 games a year.
Yep. So you'll hit
cup games.
You'll nearly hit 50 in 3 years of a club. So it's not too.
Yeah, it's just staying with the same club, innit? That's the thing.
Which is a big thing now, because like I said, everyone either thinks they're not better than they are, or they just want to chase or do whatever. But there's not many people, and that's why I think leaving Rotherham hurt me a bit. Was not that I went to Spirit previously, and then the year that we won it, there was interest from David Perkovic for me to go there, and it was like at that stage it wasn't even a question, and it wasn't because Spirit was closer to me than Rotherham was, even though Rotherham was close. But it was just like that's my loyalty to the club was, and I just don't think many people are kind of like that these days.
What about when you left Rotherham and you obviously went down to Mounties? Was there any other clubs? Actually, if you dropped down a division, was there anyone in NPL 2 you spoke to or considered?
So I spoke to UNSW for a little bit. I was back and forth with Gabe for a bit, and that just ended up falling through because something to do with one of the students or something that was there, which was fine. That was perfect for me anyway. I'm a Bonnie, and that was it. And that's at Kingsford or whatever it is. And then I did go have a meeting with Mount Druitt, who are obviously flying, but yeah, that didn't work either. Probably for something on my end, but it is what it is. I'm happy where I am now. So, and that's the other thing. Yeah, just you make a decision, you live with it, and now I'm fully and completely invested in Mounties and I'm enjoying it.
No, I mean, it's all about winning. Football's much better when you're winning.
Yeah, and that's the next thing. And like obviously, that was a big thing for us. Well, for me, for the last 12 months was like we had a good team and we weren't getting results. And as I said, like losing is not a good feeling. No one enjoys it. And then like the thing is like obviously it's early the days now, but like we've won 4 out of 5 games and like it's like the vibes are good. Like it's just a different kettle of fish. It doesn't matter. And as I said, like you can talk about. When I left Rotherham, it was a big thing to me. I was kind of like, I'm not dropping down. Like I'm not thinking that I'm too good or anything. But I was like, it was kind of like, oh well, if you've kind of been left somewhere, you don't want to go somewhere worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But my biggest thing was, I went to Mounties, had a meeting. Their aspirations to go up straight away, back up to where they were, and even on further, whether I'm a part of that or not, or whether I'm even around. But they have a kind of end game. They're not just like going, well, let's do this and do that But that was one of the biggest things that drew me there, and obviously my best mate plays there, so it was kind of like a no-brainer for me after I actually sat down and thought about it. But yeah, at the start I was kind of like, no, I'm not dropping down. I'll go over, and I think a few boys from Rotherham probably that got pushed out would have been saying the same thing. But again, I think everyone's past that now. Everyone's a bit happy where they are.
Yeah, I think a lot of players sometimes have that mentality, but they haven't actually proved to everybody else that they're good enough to.
No, exactly right. You can think about it yourself.
Yeah.
But until someone comes and taps you on the shoulder and says this and that, or you've done something.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. Like I personally thought, like played 140 something games for Rotherham, and we did have a good record until probably the last 2 seasons or whatever it was. Like we were untouchable at one stage.
Yeah, government job over there.
And obviously things change, but I think a lot of people are just think they're better than what they are, and I don't know, Australian football.
I think it's a lot emotional. Like, say they're not playing, you're not going to a game, and you think, especially if you're losing, you're like, I should be playing here. Then you get a chance, you still don't know impress, but then it's like, the gaffers. This is rubbish. So it's always something else. Like, well, wait,
exactly right. It's never you.
Why don't you just impact the game? Maybe the results will be a bit different. And then if you want to move, you're in a much better position to move because you've actually been really, really good. The gaffer's going to happily refer you if you're going to move on. If you've gave it everything, played well, impacted, rather than just sitting on the bench and whinging or coming on and stropping because you're not.
And I think it's a bit different here as well. Like, we do it, well, maybe not NPL 1, but we do it as like a side thing. We do it because we love it and that. But if you're not playing, like, you usually got your pals in the team. You can't be moping around. That's like, if you're playing professionally overseas or whatever it is, and it's your job, like, fair enough. Like, you don't know the bloke. The bloke might not even speak English. You don't have a relationship. But if you're with someone for 30 weeks of the year, well, plus pre-season, and like, you don't want to be
30 weeks, man.
Yeah, like, you don't. Yeah, you don't want to be that guy. Like, and if you are, then go jump shit. If you want to be there for yourself and stuff like that, then. So, and that's what amazes me is, like, mate, when I was younger, money wasn't a thing, and now it's like, even if you're
now you're saying 50,
now if you're 50-50 and I just want to get on the team sheet because I want my money, like,
mate, that's a whole different conversation. The money thing blows my mind, man. That's why people, there's an obsession with it. I don't get wrong, I understand players who maybe are like, they're looking at another player being like, he's the same, and he's on triple what I'm on. But some players, again, going back to, they're not even that good to earn the money they're getting. It's scandalous. Some boys are very good, and then they can say, well, he's getting this much, but he's the best player, or he's smashing it, and you go, right, okay, that's the money's available. Some boys are on stupid money, and they're not even playing, or they get bits and bobs minutes. It's shambolic.
But that's it, and then that turns out to be like, that's what some of them are like want. Like, someone will stay at a team because they're getting X amount of dollars when they're on the bench, and they could be going being an absolute star at another.
And play week in, week out.
Exactly right. For a fraction of the, well, not a fraction, even 3/4 of it. So it's kind of changed a bit, and I suppose that's sad. But obviously, playing in the lower leagues, I've never been too bothered about any of that. So.
Classmate.
I
have a side team.
Oh, aye. Did this with Bay last week. It went down.
I heard
it became quite controversial. Bay's get battered twice, nights out. People are not happy. If I have a side team, mate, from NPL players you played with, and you can't pick yourself. You can't pick Chaz.
Keeper, I would probably pick Kyriakos. Like, he was just a different kettle of fish.
Fair play, aye. With shots or without shots?
His legs were see-through, that's for sure. All right. So that's the other thing. I know you were talking about the catharsis, but that Chris is the one that plays at Gladesville. He was.
Yeah, I thought that.
When he first came to Gladesville, when I was there, straight from where he was in Greece, mate. He was.
So that's Harry's brother.
Yes. So I never played with Harris or Harry, whatever. But Chris was unbelievable. He was. I'd definitely probably pick him as one. I don't know who.
Was he midfielder?
Yeah, midfielder / like 9, striker. Yeah. I don't even know who I'd pick at defence. Obviously, playing with Ahmed Elrich was another thing that was something that, and like, he was obviously a couple of years out of the thing, but just his, I don't know, what do you want to call it, demeanour on the pitch, stuff like that. Like, I never played with anyone like that.
Yeah. Was he centre half?
He was just centre midfielder. Well, he kind of just did what he wanted when he came to right of me.
You're going to need a defender, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying to think defence.
Otherwise, that keeper's going to be under some amount of pressure.
Sorry, you can pull it off, man.
Maybe, aye.
Defenders. Well, I haven't really, like...
I'm trying to think.
Imagine playing in his team. Never played with a good centre half.
No.
So you've been at Red Magic, Red Demir, and Mounties, effectively. That's it,
Spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, and Spirit, aye.
But we never really had, like, obviously Trimmers was a freak.
Yeah, Trimmers was a good man.
And then my other mate Lockie, but they're both big, tall timbers.
Ray?
Yeah, Ray's quality.
Who's
but
Ray?
Ray played 6 mostly with us, and then he's... So, like, he used to see him at training, he's buzzing. He
Who's Ray?
Come back and say... That's the guy my best mate who I went to play Mounties with. He was at Marconi's a junior and all that stuff, but... I'd probably chuck Trimmers in there.
So Trimmers, centre half. Trimmers...
Chris Gaitatsis.
Kyriakos.
Two more, mate. A midfield and a striker. You're going to leave people out now, and I'm buzzing because you're going to be leaving people out.
Well, I'd definitely put Westy in there. Is he count?
Yeah.
And that's what I said. Like, obviously, playing against him was one thing. Yeah, obviously, like I said to you before, I didn't. But when he came to Rotherham, I just
joke.
Yeah, he was a joke. Like, we would have. It didn't matter what minute it was or anything like that. If it was 0-0 in the 60th minute, you'd just get the ball in the halfway line, take 4 touches, and hit it top ends. One
more player.
Well, I don't know. We're talking about
Is it
five-a-side? Five-a-side, I'd probably chuck Jonah in there then, because technically he was stupid.
Striking a ball.
So him and Shane were, but I didn't see enough of Shane.
Is Jules not really good at fives now? She's quite.
He doesn't move. He doesn't move, Jules.
I
know it's a small pitch, but he needs
it. He's tidy, button in the ball.
Yeah,
he's very calm as well.
Outside the foot.
That's decent at fives, isn't it?
Yeah. But he will. So who have I got?
Because over fives, Jonah's got that zinger doom on him.
Aye.
Over a five-a-side pitch, can you get?
But he just take one touch, hit the top ends.
So you've gone Keary, Trimmels, Chris Gaitatsis, Jonah, and Westy. You happy with it? We lock man.
You're just stitching me up, aren't you? Someone you know. I honestly didn't think about it before I came. There's multiple. Because even there was a guy called Christian Kerr that played with us at Gladesville for a year.
I'll bring somebody else in and drop somebody. Brilliant.
Drop somebody, not dropping anyone. That's it.
Locked in. We're actually, Chaz and I had a conversation last week that we're considering organising a champagne five-a-side tournament in October. Getting an NPL team. Society basically, you have to play the NPL this season, and you pick 8 players. Obviously, only 5 in the pitch, and but you need to have, would we say 3 clubs?
3 clubs at least.
So in your squad, you need to have players from 3 different clubs in it. It can be NPL 1, NPL 2,
and you need to have a coach.
Who's been an NPL?
That's okay.
There's an NPL coach.
NPL coach.
Maybe you could be a bit flexible on someone who used to coach an NPL, but
yeah, sure. Because someone that's in it right now would probably be like,
I know. So you could maybe just do it as long as they're involved in some way, and then do like maybe 8 teams or 16 teams, and see who comes out on top, man.
Champagne fives.
I'm still thinking about this. I'm gonna get stitched up. There's probably multiple that I haven't even considered, but anyway, go on.
Well, it's locked in now.
I reckon that's good.
Team
100%.
It's on dribble.
I'm in it.
Available in 3 weeks.
Right, looking forward to the weekend's games coming. Going to NPL 1, Gary, we'll start with.
So it's going predictions, aren't we?
Oh, okay.
At the same time.
Yeah, okay. And then,
talk about it as we go.
So Apia Olympic.
By the way, you're right, mate. Gaffer, big test for the Gaffer here for Olympic.
Aye. Because I just actually wrote this, but I was like, Gaffer under pressure, question mark, because obviously they're away at Apia.
So what have they gone? What exactly?
I think they've won
1-1.
From 5.
Yeah.
From 5, aye. And they've had 4 home games.
Yeah, wow.
And they've played Hills, Sutherland.
Hills are going good.
Sutherland are like going with balls.
Hills are going
alright. Alright,
They've
won 2 games too.
But it's always like a 3-3.
Well, they've got the same team as last year?
Yeah, very similar.
Lost 3-0 at the weekend.
Yeah, they did to
Sydney United. But I think Olympic, for me, I honestly can't see them getting a result against Apia. I just think Apia will be too good for them.
Apia.
But again, if Olympic beat them, it's not like they don't have the players to beat them.
Yeah, that's true.
As I'm saying, it's not like a massive shock, but is it one of those ones again? If they win, I'll have to turn that around again.
Yeah. So, but just before we go on with these predictions, right?
Right.
Obviously, we've every week. Obviously, the guest picks. So Bay's on top now.
Beat Adrian last week.
Yeah, I get 7.
You get 7.
He plays NPL 1. Bay doesn't know NPL 1. Shambles.
How did he go in our leagues?
I don't know actually.
I've got it written down, mate. I don't have it here.
He got 7. It was him 7, Adrian 6.
Yeah, Adrian 6.
I don't know what Harry got. What did Harry get?
Harry got 5. Westy get fucking 2. Westy was harder, but it was early in the season. Westy, I'll stick up for you, mate.
Aye.
So obviously I'll the opportunity to go top of the scoreboard.
Let's go.
No pressure.
So who was that?
So first one, you can always predict first, mate. Right? So Apia versus Olympic.
Yeah, I'll take Apia.
Apia.
I want to go Apia as well, but I do. Part of me, like I would take to see a Gaffer get pied off, but I do think if he loses this week, he's going to have limited time, man. And I do think there's a lot of guys on pick who are good lads and good players, so I'd like to see.
That's the thing. They do have a good team. They've got a very good team.
I know. I'd like to see him get some points. I'd like to see get a result, but I can't see it, unfortunately. What do you think?
I've went happy as well.
Right, okay.
Rockdale versus Blacktown.
Rockdale.
Straight into it, aye. No messing. Any reason why?
I just know they're always strong. We've had a few games against them in the last probably 4 or 5 years wherever I've been, and I think they've always been strong. I know they've obviously had a few boys left this year, but obviously the striker up top's different class.
Goals.
Yeah.
The season
Do they still have that?
I couldn't see it.
Did Cavani? I think it was Cavani's.
It was far away.
It was. I did Cavani's celebration. So he's got this thing. Did you hear it last week? His mate sends him a celebration to do each week when he scores. So he's done Madison's done Sons, and did Cavani's at the weekend.
Oh, the one where he's down in his knee post?
Aye.
Oh, no, I didn't see it. I watched the goal, but it just showed him running away.
Just at the tail end, it went down his knee and done it. But this banner, aye.
Blacktown obviously lost to Wolves last week. Reaction?
I think Rockdale looked pretty strong, man. And I think at Illingdon as well, they get a decent crowd.
Yeah.
But a good game. Blacktown are a decent side as well. They're going to have plenty of chances. Jack O'Brien's started well. I think Rockdale. I'm going to say Rockdale.
I'm going Rockdale as well. Sydney Derby. Sydney FC versus Sydney Wanderers.
Is that Sydney? I'm going to go Wanderers.
Yeah, so am I.
I liked him really good.
Because I watched that on the weekend, and I think any game has Sydney FC been scoring goals? No. I know they drew against.
2-0 against us.
Yeah.
They scored a few against Central Coast.
3-1 at the weekend. I'm going to go.
They
Sydney
beat Manly
FC.
2-0.
Actually, I'm going to go draw.
They're going draw. I'm going Sydney FC. Sutherland at home to Marconi.
Yeah. Sutherland's stinking place to play with that pitch, but I think Marconi, because Sutherland's a young team, Marconi are some big experienced lads. I think Marconi will win.
Yeah, I think so too, but I'm just a wee bit torn because...
Sutherland's done alright, by the way. I know they're not sitting well on the table, but the teams are tight.
But even beating Olympic last week and keeping a clean sheet is a very good result.
And against Blacktown City, the first half, Blacktown were pretty ruthless in front of goals.
Yeah.
Before that, Sutherland missed a good few chances.
A lot of chances.
But I thought, again, I'm stick with Marconi.
Same.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go draw.
I don't know, are you doing all these teams here? Oh, you're going off that?
Aye, so
sorry mate, I go.
The back, so I'm not going through them.
Okay,
just
sweet.
go certain thingies. NPL 2, Dolly versus Bankstown City.
I haven't seen Dolly's result the past couple of games. I know
Dodge
Bankstown
lost 2 goals in the last 5 minutes of the weekend.
I know that Bankstown's won their last 2.
Do you know, Bankstown beat us on Friday.
How were they?
They were alright. They
What
were
was the score?
alright, 2-1.
They scored late?
Nah, but I'll show you the goals after. We conceded very poor goals.
Bankstown
I'm going to
City.
take draw.
That's a cop out, isn't it? Aye.
He's still thinking about his side team.
You're going to be driving back and they're like, bastard!
I'll think of someone as soon
Classic
I'll think of someone as soon as I leave. 100%.
That's funny, man.
I'll send it through.
He's going draw. I'm going Dolly.
Because we played them pre-season and
Dolly,
lost
Dolly,
2-1,
decent.
and we missed a few chances, but they do bop the ball around all right. But just don't know. They like not. I'm going off previous, but they've never been anything like.
Yeah, they're just efficient.
Bankstown City, well, like pre-season leading into it, everyone was like, they'll smash
Yeah,
it
but that's
again.
because they all signed all those players, and who knows? They could have taken them 5 games to get going, and now all of a sudden they're.
I know.
But I know you played them. But
As I say that, when I played them, I didn't think they were great. They were obviously better than us. They won the game, but I didn't think that. I thought they would have been better. That's probably the best way for me to put it.
I want to go Dolly just because
I went Dolly as well.
I know a few of the lads. I'm just going to be cop out as well.
Big game, Hakoah versus Inter. Hakoah are interesting, by the way. They've not,
what's going
they've
on
not
there?
lost yet. First 5 games.
Oh really?
I think
Who's
they've
your
got
gaffer?
So that's what I said. I went through their team, and I don't think one of the boys that trains at my gym plays for him. But I saw his face in the photo, and I didn't know who it was. But I don't know anyone they've
drawn 2-1-3 or drawn 3-1-2.
And Inter
Inter are fucking yo-yo team.
Yeah, up and down. But they've always been like they'll score 6 or
Yeah, and concede 7.
yeah. Where's it at?
It's at Hensley, which I
Is Hensley
think,
big?
Yeah, Hensley's massive.
Is it massive?
Hensley's huge.
It's bigger than
Is it-
Inter's.
it's not- I'm not saying it's not big, but
Inter's got a small pitch.
Is it just not a wee bit deceiving because of the pit?
No,
does it?
I think Hensley's
What's the
big.
dimensions, do you think?
Well, it's at least 100 and something.
Yeah,
of course it is.
But then, the smallest, you're allowed smaller.
I know, but come on, man. This is no NPL 3, mate.
Like you said, does someone get the Cook Park dimensions?
Trundle wheel.
14k's a game.
But it's Hensley's big.
No, I'm not saying it's not big, but is it that big?
I feel like
Heffron's bigger than it.
Yeah, but
Heffron's like 100.
How come they got rid of that? Why did they stop playing games at Heffron?
Oh mate,
I know the wins.
we were playing games in. Remember when we were in Kansas?
Probably a kite competition or something like that together. It's ridiculous, man. The wind there is a joke.
But is that what it was? Is that what it's been? And they just deemed it not suitable for?
I think it's what a ground with a canteen is. They've got a canteen at Heffron.
And then they've got the stands there now.
It's more a setup, like even the changing rooms and stuff. Obviously, they shaft the away team with the changing rooms, right? But the home team changing room must be better than the fucking things that they use at Heffron Park.
Mate, that change room is dead set.
A joke.
5 by
The Heffron
3.
one?
Heffron Park, mate.
Yeah, it's 5 by 3.
It's like
And there's
people are getting
2
changed
showers.
outside in the dark.
Yeah,
man.
it's a joke, man.
And I think the bin was in the shower.
Yeah.
So it was taking up one spot.
That's a fucking joke. But so I assume that's probably got a lot to do with it as well.
Because that's the South.
How did we end up?
thing now.
We ended up going to Hakoah.
I'm going
back Fraser Park.
I'm going Ahmed to score, but Hakoah to win.
Hakoah to win, okay.
Ahmed tap in for 2 yards out.
Probably miss.
No, yeah, I actually shouldn't have said that after you throwing shade at me. There's probably footage of that. There's definitely footage of it.
What did you go for? What did you go for?
Hakoah.
Oh, did you? I don't even know anyone who's at Hakoah.
Yeah, I'm in the
I'm
going
going to back John Theo.
Ricky Lord, our goalkeeper, but I don't think he played the last week.
I'm going to John Theo, header.
I'm going to draw. Mount Druitt at home to Nepean. And Mount Druitt have conceded 2 goals in 5 games and won 5.
That's insane. Because obviously because James has been playing, I think he's injured now. Yeah. Someone said Garang's obviously there.
Mount Druitt as well at home. I'm going Mount Druitt.
Yeah, let's go Mount Druitt. I know a few of the Nepean boys, but I haven't seen enough. Obviously, watched them play against.
No, they're alright. Nepean have signed alright. They're decent side. He's good. He's a good guy.
Yeah. And then I've went NSW versus Rydomere.
It's a big game.
You're going UNSW, eh?
I haven't watched 1 minute of UNSW yet.
Yeah.
So
there's Chaz.
I'm going to go watch 90. I'm going to watch 90, and then Tim's not playing. You're not playing.
Yeah, Tim's not playing.
Rydomere or UNSW?
Rydomere scored 10 in the last 2. But I reckon if we actually play well, I reckon that we definitely get results.
I'll back you, Chaz. UNSW.
Brilliant. No pressure, mate.
I know Rydomere's striker's gone. Apparently, he's done his knee.
I'll do anything for the club apart from back them.
Draw.
Right back.
I'm going to draw.
Going into NPL 3, Mounties versus Fraser Park.
I don't know, but I'm obviously backing us. I don't think 3 clean sheets in a row.
Nah, I'll go Mounties. Mounties look strong.
Yuki double.
No, UK hat-trick.
Yeah. The chances that we're making is so very, very likely it could.
Parramatta at home to Newcastle Jets.
Newcastle Jets.
They love a draw, Para.
I'm going
Jets. They've had 2 3-3 draws.
Concede a lot of goals.
Yeah. I think, maybe Jets might be a bit more clinical. I haven't heard. Obviously, Louis out. I don't know much else about there.
I think that Jets will just...
And Paris Field's decent, so I think Jets will come and play. So we'll take Jets then.
And they've got a big day out in Sydney as well, Saturday night.
Time zone.
Playing Sunday at 7 p.m. Prospect versus South Coast Flames.
I tell you, a wee fact about Prospect, they got a young team.
So that's what I said. Prospect are organised, but I haven't seen anything of South Coast. But obviously they've been getting results.
Yeah,
so.
Where did Prospect play at home games?
You just checked.
The medical
remembered.
No, I didn't actually. I don't know if they trained there or played there.
No, they played there.
Oh, did they? Aye. What's the name of the pitch?
Newcastle Jets might have Newcastle Jets might have fun. There's a kids' playground and a few of the boys.
It's actually quite a good playground.
Unbelievable. Hey, they'll be walking next time home and take it.
100%.
B last week were like, does Newcastle Jets A-League boys go down and play that? It's like, waste of time.
Waste of time.
Sorry, what was that game?
Prospect versus South Coast Flames.
South Coast Flames have been very good, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've won.
Where's Prospect in the league?
Well, they've drew, so they won on the weekend and they drew.
You don't know?
1-2.
You want me to check?
I don't know.
I thought you're Mr. Prospect now.
Well, so I think
Don't
so.
know that much
But
yet.
South Coast Flames have been unreal until the weekend. Like,
Yeah,
and they
not-
still drew 2-2,
Yeah.
but against Jets. So I think South Coast, like, if they didn't draw on the weekend, it would be a no-brainer. But you just don't know now. With
Yeah, I think it is all off it down.
I want to go South Coast Flames because they started off well.
yeah, I'll do the same thing then.
I'm going South Coast as well.
And last game, Hawkesbury versus Stanmore. That is a
Stan-
top.
So here,
Stand
how was Hawkesbury on the Friday night?
What did you play on
I
Friday
was,
night?
I was running in with one of their players. Their changing room, like, there's flies and everything in there. It's actually like it's an awful place to go, but that's what they've. I don't know. That's I suppose if you're a club, it's kind of what you want. You want your home to be somewhere.
Oh,
where no one wants to
100%.
go. But yeah, lucky we played them round 3. Like that place in the middle of winter with the field probably ripping up because it's grass. Like any other pitch, like Cook Park, anything. That'll be an awful place to go.
Round 22.
Yeah, rough.
Aye.
So, yeah, it wasn't the best, but the field was alright. It was wet. It was raining that whole week, so a couple of boys thought to wear screw-ins and that, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. They got
We'll just go.
4-0.
Not comfortable.
But some guy started running his mouth to me, asking me if I even got paid and all this stuff.
What, on the pitch?
Yeah,
Huh?
one of their players.
Is it?
No, it's just
What, for each other?
Why else am I Mounties?
So yeah, I had a bit of a, but yeah, they were. I don't know anyone that's down 3-0 and starts running their mouth. But
Yeah, it's
anyway.
bizarre.
But yeah, it's not going to be a nice place to go. And
So do you fancy Hawkesbury for the win?
no, I'll still take Stanmore if they've been going alright. But I don't think. Well, like to be fair, Hawkesbury they actually like the first 20 minutes they actually tried to play and all that stuff. Whereas a lot of not a lot, but some teams won't even do that in our league. But they did try and bop the ball around. But and again, like going off history, Stanmore have never really been.
Yeah,
But if they
I'm
go
going
back
to draw. I think Hawkesbury's a hard place to go.
I'm going to go Stanmore as well.
Yeah, I'll go Stanmore.
Right, that's us.
Is there
You went draw, Gary.
I went a draw, mate, aye. The only other things left to ask, mate, if anyone you recommend getting on. NPL 1, NPL 2, NPL 3. We've got a few lined up, but we're always good to get more names so we don't end up with a shocker.
Yeah, I think it's someone you've got like young that could talk about kind of wanting to make it and then just settling. Chids at Spirit wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, you start singing or something.
No, he's talented.
Come on,
as
come
well.
on, a harmonica or something.
Ukulele, man.
Yeah, if you speak to him how he was post Radomir, during Radomir and
Fucking
pre-Radomir.
transformation.
What do you mean?
Oh, he came to the club, never had
Never
drank,
had
drank,
a beer, never ate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was.
He's quite religious, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so but he was obviously like at Mariners and all that. Like obviously very.
Took it so serious. Still takes it quite serious to be fair.
Yeah, he's good, but yeah, something like, I think, and he's obviously got that serious side of him, and then obviously can talk about how it is now and going from a lower league back up to a high league, which is probably not something that many people do now. You're usually going from high to low.
Yeah,
so
drop.
he's you could probably ask him how many clubs he was going to sign for pre-season. But at least he'll know every league this year. He'll know every league.
Part of involved at every level.
Apart from that, yeah.
Nothing else.
Do you know what would be good to get on?
Huh?
Ollie Jones. Because he's playing in the NPL squad. He's played the game for Bulls.
What's he like,
Obviously
bar-wise, alright?
He's a good laugh.
Is he? Oh, we may let that settle still. Let it does settle after Harry still getting a few complaints about him being on.
Harry's nose is bigger as well.
Cool, mate. Thanks for
No,
coming on, mate.
All good.
Quality.
Pleasure,
Done,
mate.
Cheers.